Howdy everyone, Chris here. We're back in the garage today, and today we're going to answer the question, what size compressor do I need to spray with a low volume, low pressure paint gun? As you know, I've been using these low volume, low pressure paint guns for some time, but the compressor I've been using is an 80-gallon Ingersoll Rand that produces 15.5 CFM. So today we're going to spray with the Inokraft Drizzle D1. This is a low volume, low pressure paint gun. We're also going to spray with the Porphis PRD 715. This gun consumes about 10.5 CFM. We're going to spray both of these guns with this Fortress Harbor Freight compressor. Now this compressor produces 4.5 CFM. Will it be enough to produce a great finish out of these two guns? Let's find out. Now in the past I've painted with compressors that are severely underpowered, and it's very difficult to get a good finish when that air is fluctuating. If you want to become a good painter, try painting with fluctuating air pressure. It's very difficult. You have to adjust your gun settings on the fly. You really become good at adjusting that air pressure, that fluid volume, and then your speed and your distance in order to get the finish that you're looking for. But in a perfect world, you don't want to have to deal with that. I paid $1,300 for this. I got this at Tractor Supply, and it's working perfectly. This compressor cost me about $350 at Harbor Freight. I think I had a coupon. If you can afford it, if the situation calls for it, I would definitely opt for the bigger compressor. Back when I was doing mobile paint repair, I used this compressor, which is a gas-powered compressor, and this compressor was $900 and it produces 18.5 CFM. And this worked out perfectly for what I was doing. We're going to be painting this hood today. This is just a hood that I have laying around. I actually used this in another video, and if you remember the inflatable paint booth, I used this hood and painted it in that paint booth. So I had Darius sand this down. He sanded this down smooth with 600 grit sandpaper. Today we're going to be just spraying clear. My idea is to put the first coat of clear on with the Inokraft Drizzle D1. That's the low volume, low pressure paint gun. I know that this Porphis gun consumes about 10.5 CFM. My idea is to do the first coat of clear with the Inokraft Drizzle D1. I want to see if that compressor has any air fluctuations. We want to see how that gun performs, how the finish comes out on the first coat. And I'll be spraying the first coat like it's the second coat with that gun, and we'll see how it performs. We'll let the compressor recover fully, and then we'll spray our second coat of clear with that Porphis PRD 715. I think this will give you a good idea of what kind of gun you can use with a small compressor. Okay, so we got the two guns here with clear coat, same amount of clear in each. I'm going to use the full face Respirator. This compressor is full right now. We may get some moisture out of this compressor. I don't know. I am going to have a water trap on the end of each gun. I don't have any inline filtration system on this compressor. Now it's not super hot today. It's about 75 degrees. We may not get any moisture, but we may. Now this hood's got some chips in it. It's got some nicks and chips, so there are going to be some imperfections in this. I've already set the air pressure on this. The air pressure is set at 28 psi. Fluid volume is 2.5 turns out. I've already set that. Compressor kicked on. Move the truck away from the door. This is how much clear we have left. I had to mix up one more part of clear with the Inokraft. So this is how much we have left. I mixed up the same amount for the Porphis PRB, and we'll see how much we have left. It's not going to be an exact science, but it'll kind of give us a good idea of which gun's using more materials. But let's take a look at the finish with the Inokraft. It sprayed fine. The air pressure wasn't fluctuating at all. Now, I could have bumped up the air pressure a little bit more to achieve the finish I wanted, but it has a little bit of texture, a little bit more than I would like to see, but it sprayed totally fine with that gun. I can see some chips. I don't see any moisture. It looks pretty free from oil or moisture, but you would definitely want to have some kind of air filtration on a small compressor. I wanted to do a hood because it's a little bit larger. It's going to give us a better idea of how much you can spray with a small compressor. I know guys who've sprayed whole cars with this compressor right here. This one's set at 28 PSI as well. 3 turns out from closed. That was very interesting. Let me tell you what I found. But first, let's take a look at how this Porphis performed. So this is the finish of the Porphis. Now, granted, being that it was the second coat, it may have turned out better because it was the second coat. We've got to take that into account, right? It seemed like the Porphis sprayed better than the Inokraft, which is to be expected. It's a more expensive gun, a little flatter finish, a little less texture in it. This is about perfect right here. After spraying the first coat with the Inokraft, it had a little bit texture. I showed you that. When I was spraying with the Inokraft, the compressor kicked on right about here. I found that interesting because when I started, that compressor was full. I started with the Inokraft, I started spraying clear, and the compressor kicked on right about here. I let the compressor fill up again, and we sprayed with the Porphis, and the Porphis didn't kick on till about here. I'm not sure why that is, but what I can tell you, just by the sound alone, you could tell that the Porphis was using more air. And as you could see, the Porphis was producing a lot more overspray. I can't explain why the compressor kicked on here with the Inokraft and here with the Porphis. So the other thing we did find out, the Inokraft had this much clear remaining, and here's how much clear the Porphis had. So the Drizzle D1, the low volume, low pressure paint gun, did use less materials. You can just tell because it produces less overspray, so it's going to use less materials. So just something to keep in mind, guys. Did either one of these paint guns fluctuate in air pressure running off of this 26-gallon compressor? No, I had no air fluctuation spraying a hood with these two paint guns. The Porphis 715, I know that consumes 10.5 CFM. The air did not fluctuate using either one of these guns. What I can tell you from this is that if you're spraying a hood, you can definitely get a hood sprayed with this compressor, and I'm assuming you could spray a couple more panels. Now, if you're spraying an overall vehicle, is the air gonna fluctuate? I don't know. Before I started, I hooked up the Inokraft and I just held the trigger. I watched this air pressure. Now the compressor kicked on. I did not see this air pressure drop as I was spraying. So that tells me that the air is not fluctuating. This is 4.5 sustained cubic feet per minute. When I just held the trigger, and I held it for probably a good 5 minutes. And when after that 5 minutes, I came to the determination, I don't think that air pressure is gonna drop. So I don't think you'd really have any fluctuation if you're painting an entire vehicle. What are your guys' opinion? Let me know down in the comments below. I know this wasn't very scientific, but we did find a few things out. We did find out that you can use a small compressor with either one of these guns, at least if you're doing a couple panels or just a repair on your vehicle. But let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. If you want to see me test some of the other guns I have, maybe the higher end guns that consume more air, let me know down in the comments below, and maybe we'll do a couple videos on those as well. I hope you found this information helpful. If you did, consider subscribing to the channel. We'd love to have you part of the community, and definitely smash that like button. I appreciate you watching. We'll see you next time on Garage Noise.